I'm breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on. I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut. I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realized it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. You are an irresistible magnet with the power to create, to bring unto your life everything, anything that you desire. You just declare it, you know it, and it shows up. It's that simple. And we talk about that every week, how simple it is. Now, sometimes it's a little difficult in mind to get things going, but it can happen, and you have the power. And that's what we're all about here at the New Thought Spiritual Center, is reminding you the power you have to bring into your life your best whatever in any part of your life. Hi, I'm the Reverend Dr. Jay Willick. I'm the senior minister here, the spiritual leader of the New Thought Spiritual Center. We are so excited to have you with us on this final broadcast of the 2022 year. We're really excited. We have all of our favorite friends here to join us and to partake in this broadcast of not only the holiday season, but the holiday in you. Every day is a holiday. Every day is the potential to be the greatest holiday. Every day we can do as our mission statement is, to bust through, soar, and zoom. No matter what's going on, good, bad, or indifferent, we have that power by knowing, as Richard Bach says in this quote you might not be able to see. He says, to fly as fast as thought, you must begin by knowing you have already arrived. And I know that for you. If you can't know that right this minute, allow me to know that for you. You have arrived, and you shall awaken whatever needs to be awakened to bring forth into your life whatever it is, because you are the magnet. You are the power. We're going to be talking about that for the next hour. We have some great stuff showing up. First, we're going to start out with some music. Well, first, let's get into a little mood. Let's no matter what you're doing, if you're popping around just listening and you're in the kitchen or you're cleaning up or something, take a moment with me and let's get some energy going. Put your hands together and rub them. Just rub them like that. We're going to do that for just not very long. But you feel that? You feel that heat, it's from friction. We know the science of it. But now stop and slowly part your hands and feel that energy. You can feel that power in between your hands. It's kind of going wah, wah. You feel that? That's the power you have. That's the divine power you have to bust through, soar, and zoom through anything that is going on in your life. Let's step into a little music now. We got the Reverend Barbara Altman with us this morning, and she's going to sing a beautiful, one of my favorite Irving Berlin songs, and Count Your Blessings is the name of it. And you can watch the song on White Christmas. Something I always watch every year is White Christmas. So here, my friends, is the Reverend Barbara Altman with Count Your Blessings.
Thank you, Jay. When I'm worried and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. When my bankroll is getting small, I think of when I had none at all, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. I think about a nursery, and I picture curly heads, and one by one I count them as they slumber in their beds. So if you're worried and you can't sleep, just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep counting your blessings. I know that each one of us is immersed in, surrounded by, and filled with blessings. And the more we focus on our blessings, the more they will grow. We are each surrounded by and filled with light, love, beauty, and creativity. We have within us everything that we need always to create a deep, full, and satisfying life. So focus on your blessings and watch them grow. I think about a nursery, and I picture curly heads, and one by one I count them as they slumber in their beds. So if you're worried and you can't sleep, just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep counting your blessings.
Yeah. Don't you love that song? Count your blessings. And so perfect. So perfect. That's what our affirmative incantations are about, our affirmations that we have every week, is to count our blessings. Because I never write any of them that aren't true about any of us. All of that information that I write in our affirmative incantation, as well as the one we're going to do in just a few moments, is the truth about each and every one of us. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care how traumatic it is or how fabulous it is. These affirmations are truths, or the truth about you. And we do them every morning when we wake up, and we do them every evening right before we go to sleep, because that's how we want to start our day, counting our blessings. And that's how we want to end our day, reminding ourselves and counting those blessings. So here is this week's affirmative incantation. It'll pop up in a few moments and you can read it along with me, or you can just close your eyes if you'd like and just listen and absorb it. And here we go. I am the light of my world. I turn on my communion with my divine self, and I ignite the deepest, most powerful part of me, my divine source. I illuminate the best of me, my divine inspired wisdom, in all I think and say. I shine my love everywhere to heal, support, and appreciate the world. I spotlight my talents in all I do, whether at work or at play. Everywhere I am today catches the fire of abundance, prosperity, vitality, vibrancy, succulence, and success. Today, I let my light shine. Yeah. Today, every day, let your light shine. I know lights, we talk about that a lot now during the holidays. Hanukkah's beginning, Christmas is less than a week away, and all the other holidays. Let your light shine. And if you're not kind of feeling it yet, just keep telling yourself, I have a light within me that shines. And do this affirmative incantation. And I bet you by the end of the week, if you weren't feeling it, if life is too chaotic and busy this week, by the time you get through this week of affirmative incantation, you will see and you will be able to let your light shine. You'll be able to bust through, soar, and zoom into your greatest day. So speaking of counting our blessings, a member of our board, you've seen him here many times giving little power talks. We love having him around. And so we made sure he was with us this week. Reverend Gary Altman is with us this morning to, well, we'll let him talk about what he's going to talk about. The Reverend Gary Altman.
Good morning, everyone out there in the world. Barbara and I have so many blessings over this past year to count. Maybe one of the biggest ones is the birth of our granddaughter, Adeline Violet. She'll be turning 1 year old on December 23rd, and we're so excited to see her on that day and celebrate this circle of life continuing in our family through baby Adeline. The solstice is also upon us this week, in addition to that birthday. And since prehistory, the winter solstice has been a significant time of year in many cultures and has been marked by festivals and rituals. It's marked by symbolic death and rebirth of the sun. The gradual waning of daylight hours is reversed and begins to grow again. Most often, winter solstice celebrations honored the symbolism of fire and light, along with life, death, the rising sun, and the moon. I was thinking about that and doing some research on the solstice over the weekend, and I thought of my own ritual. And when I'm up in my childhood home in Sonoma County visiting my mother, each night before I go to bed, I go out in the backyard and I sit back and I stare up at the starlit sky. There's much less light pollution up there than compared to here in Los Angeles, so the darkness is very deep and closer to the way it was in ancient times. And I sit in the silence and I look for shooting stars and I just ponder the meaning of life. And so I was doing some research. I came across this amazing woman. Her name's Chloe Rain, and she's founder of Explore Deeply. She lives up in Norway now. She has an amazing journey of awakening and transformation. So look her up on the internet, search Chloe Rain. She had a 15-year corporate stressful job. She eventually got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and then she just decided to change her life, transform her mind, her body with her mind from the inside out. She traveled to Peru, the Amazon, did all these things to heal herself without any medicine. On her website, she wrote, "As you turn inward and fall in love with the truth of who you really are, you become whole despite the brokenness." And here's what she had to write about winter solstice. Kind of a long reading, so sit back, relax, maybe enjoy your cup of coffee if you've got one, or hot chocolate while you're listening to this. And here's what she wrote about the winter solstice. "The light of the sun begins a new solar cycle at winter solstice. The rays shine into the dark and nurture the newborn life there to be cultivated. There is mirrored in nature and the nature of life all around us. As the seeds are buried in the darkness of the earth, they emerge once again with life-giving rays of the sun. At this time in the northern hemisphere, we are experiencing the longest and darkest nights of the year and the shortest days with the least amount of daylight. The dark triumphs over the light, but this signifies a turning point. Winter solstice 22 in the northern hemisphere will be at 4:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10:47 p.m. Central European Time on the Wednesday, December 21st, and it marks the first day of winter. The energy of winter is that of going within. It is the fruitful darkness and silence. It is in this fruitful darkness and silence out of which our soul's yearnings and new inspirations can eventually emerge. As we consciously link our awareness to nature's cycles, our understanding of our own personal growth cycles begin to deepen. Why do we spend so much time suppressing and hiding our darkness? When negative emotions come up and we feel them, they're inconvenient, uncomfortable, or worse, we make ourselves wrong for feeling them. When we fear our own darkness, we cut ourselves off from an essential source of our own personal power. The key is not in letting darkness overwhelm our lives and our thoughts, but in understanding the darkness can be one of the greatest catalysts of personal growth and transformation. By allowing ourselves to feel our emotions and experience our own darkness, the darkness itself can become the spiritual cradle into which our inner light and new life is born. Allow your feelings to guide you, because your feelings are your truth. Also, allow your feelings to guide your treatments, because the feeling is the power behind your word. She goes on to write, winter solstice is the great stillness before the sun's strength builds and days grow longer. It can be a time to rest and reflect. In Latin, solstice is made of two words, sol meaning the sun and sistere meaning to make stand. Winter solstice is one of the most powerful points of the year as the axis of the earth pauses, shifts, and moves in the opposite direction. For 3 days around the solstice points, we experience the power of the standstill point and the shift of direction. The sun standing still is a powerful metaphor for the energy available to us at the winter solstice to change the direction of our lives. The intention and build on this energy as we enter the new year. After experiencing the longest night and the darkest day, the nights grow shorter and the days grow brighter until the summer solstice. For today, let yourself rest in the peace of darkness, knowing the changing of the season and the return of brighter days is ahead. Be reminded you are always connected to Source and your inner light never dims. Don't pressure yourself to make changes right now or be in action in the world. Let the energies of the new life and inspiration build slowly within you, and by spring, you'll be bursting with new energy and ideas. This is the nature of things, the cycles and the rhythms of personal growth and change as you consistently nurture yourself with compassion, allowing the rest and reflection, great joy will be yours to harvest in 2023. You may want to take time to honor and acknowledge the endings and new beginnings in your life in a ceremony or personal ritual that both honors your past and clears space to make room for what you wish for the coming year. Find something that speaks to your soul, like maybe I did, sitting in the darkness looking at the starlight. That's a simple ritual. But whatever you choose to do mark the end of the year, the coming of the new and the rebirth of the light, whether pausing in a quiet reflection or celebrating with community, know that all over the planet, there are many fires burning brightly. That's how Chloe Rain concluded her winter solstice piece, and I just loved every bit of it, so I had to share it all with you this morning. And I'd just like to end by saying happy holidays, no matter how or which way you celebrate, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, the pagan solstice, or just your simple own rebirth. May it be filled with joy, peace, and love in this moment and forward. Namaste.
That's fabulous. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Wow, the winter solstice, that's a ritual we can all get into. And I love the idea of not being afraid of the darkness that's within us. And I know that can be scary, but having compassion for yourself at the same time that you are exploring, igniting, you might say, the darkness that may be from past traumas or struggles or whatever, knowing that the universe is behind you. The universe always has your back, no matter if you're exploring what seems to be dark and negative, so that you can open that window and see the light, open the drapes and let the light shine. You have the power. And if need be, we are available, Reverend Gary and Barbara and I, we are available for you for spiritual counseling. Just email us at ntsc@newthought.sc.org, and we'll get back to you about that. You are supported by us and, of course, by the universe. We're also very fortunate here at the New Thought Spiritual Center to have an in-house singer-songwriter. He's written, 30 songs, maybe even more, for us in the last several years. And he has a song for us called Just Allow Your Life to Shine this morning. Steve Apperson, my friends, and a special guest as well.
Good morning. holidays to everyone. And what do you know, you may be afflicted by a notion that you might be run down. Whatever the case, you now are more gifted for being so present in the now. Just allow full engagement. Just allow your peace of mind. Allow yourself to be fearless. Just allow your light to shine. What do you know? It's right there in you. We being taught to wait inside your cloud. Can't resist the gleam that may shape you. You must embrace, you must allow. You must allow, you can love only. Remember exactly who you are. Just allow the wealth of forgiveness and allow your light to shine bright and far.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to take this time to know the truth for each and every one of us right here and right now on this beautiful day, this wonderful holiday season. So what I know for each and every one of us is that we are divine sparks. We are the most incredible individualizations of the divine. We each have our own incredible talents and gifts, and we just share them with the world. So I know right here, right now, that we are so grateful for all of these gifts that we possess and that we use them to their utmost, that we allow our good to come to us and we share that good with everyone we meet. I know that 2023 is going to be a most magnificent year for each and every one of us. I know that we are satisfied with where we are right now, and we just take that satisfaction and move forward with joy and gratitude and allow our good to just flow to us. We step in that river of good and we just allow it all to flow. So with that, with this beautiful, wonderful holiday season that is upon us right now, I'm sharing my gratitude with each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for everyone. I'm so grateful for this world. I'm grateful for my home, for my life. I'm grateful for all the gifts that I have, for all the talents that I have that I can share with others, for my magnificence and for your magnificence. I'm speaking for each and every one of you to share with the world. So with that, I simply let it go. I know it is done. I release it, and we can all say together, and so it is.
Just allow the love that can hold you. A soul so resilient, so divine. Just allow the open space to grace you. Just allow your light to shine.
Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Well, this year, we've been concentrating on communing with our greatness, communing with the divine presence that exists in all of us, that which is individually, as Caressa was saying, personally and powerfully embedded in you. We talked about preparing and identifying ourselves by getting back to the basics, who we are, pinpointing that power that is within us, working this power and presence every day, no matter what's going on. We do this By unifying with the power and presence in an active way, on purpose, with a purpose, present and focused on the good, the light, the declared, no matter what's going on. That takes having vision and a dedication to your personal mission, taking action in mind, body, heart, and gut. For we are the fuel. Each and every one of us are the fuel. The fuel is not out there. The fuel is in here. We are the light, the divine light, the powerful, intelligent, loving light. We are that. It is within us right here. We are the actors, the sculptors, the playwrights, the painters of our life experiences. We write them. We decide what's staying and what's going. And when we declare with all of our heart in a holistic, full-bodied way, life is a full-bodied, holistic experience. It's not just mental. It's not just heartfelt. It's not just intuition. I'm pointing at my gut. It's all of it going on and using our body to take action in this 3D reality world. So when we declare with all our heart in a holistic, full-bodied way and with feeling and imagination working all the time optimally, we can reveal our greatest life with specificity, reorganizing any of the chaoses that is out in the world, just like during the birth of our universe. It was all chaos. But with the power and presence and the energy that took that chaos and turned it into the cosmos that we have, we too can do that. We too can step into a cosmos, into a balanced harmony of infinite possibilities and that which surrounds us. That's that which is happening around us. We spent time this year discovering some definitions that might have gotten lost in the translation of the world, the translation of spirituality, of religion, of day-to-day life. Like the word God. Some people don't like that word. Some people are uncomfortable with that word, and that's okay. You don't have to use that word, God. God doesn't care. You can say Phil, you can say it, she, he, them, they, whatever. The Big Bang. But God is something we looked into to redefine. And there was a great quote when we were talking about that week from Emily Cady, who wrote a book, I Used Truth, How I Used Truth, God's Hand. And she said, there is but one hand in the universe. It is God's hand. Whenever you have felt that your hand was empty, it has been because you have believed yourself something separate from God. Your hand is God's hand. My hand is God's hand. It reaches out through these, its only hands, to give its gifts. And its gifts are you. Its gifts are me. Its gifts are everyone. When we reach out, when we step into, when we allow this divine power to work for us, and as well as with us and as us, we produce a life that is just juicy and wonderful and happy and successful. We also talked about the law of you. The law of you. As Ernest Holmes wrote, there's a power in the universe greater than you are, and you get to use it. That's the law of you. This power that is within the universe. You can call it the law of attraction. You can call it the law of cause and effect. You can call it whatever you want. But there is this law that is there that is turning your thoughts, your declarations, your havingness into your life experiences. You get to use that every single moment of every single day. We also talked about being mindful. Mindfulness is a wonderful thing, but also being mindful, mind-F-U-L-L, mindful, being full of mind, being full of that divine intelligence and wisdom that is within you, either because it's always there or because you're listening to your intuition. And we also talked about the act of treating and healing our minds and life, and thus our world. When we heal through treatment, through affirmative prayer, that's what I mean by spiritual mind treatment. When we heal ourselves, when we teach ourselves, when we remind ourselves through that spiritual practice of affirmative prayer, or through using the affirmative incantations or meditation or any of the spiritual practices, we not only learn or relearn, we not only awaken and or allow, we are healing our minds and our hearts and our life and our world. We are the harvesters of our greatest life, not our jobs, not our upbringing, not our social status or financial situation. Those are all fine and good. They are not the harvesters of our greatest life. We are, knowing who we are, being and living the life of who we are, an individualization of that singularity energy that started it all. Nor are we the opinions of others, good, bad, or indifferent. Nor we are not others' opinions. What they think of you is none of your business, as I've said many times. The manifestation process begins and ends with you, the law of you, your mind, your consciousness, my mind, my consciousness, through our imagination, living the feelings in the experience that we have decided to manifest in our lives. When we imagine that, when we play with that, when we sit in wonderment with that, that informs this law of cause and effect, this law of attraction, this law of boomerangs, whatever you want to call it. This informs that law, what to bring forth. And it worries about the how. You don't have to worry about the how. You do your stuff in life, but you don't have to worry about the how. You just have to worry about the what. Not even worry. Worry is the wrong word. You have to decide, you have to declare, you have to be in havingness of that idea. And it begins and ends with a continuous life of gratitude. For gratitude is the acceptance as well as the appreciation of our good, our best, our greatest life. These are things we talked about all year. So being in the having consciousness of this good, this best, this greatness in all parts of our lives, not only do we continue a life of joy, and joy, of course, for me is that connection, that communion with our divine selves. No matter the experiences that are going on in our lives, we also thus bring more happiness in our lives, more fun, more love. As we celebrate the life of who is the great example, and we rejoice the miracle starting today, I believe, or was it yesterday, the living light of God in the saving of a people. And as we jubilate in the revelry of the feasts of life, and we honor and proclaim the fruits of a heritage in unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith, like they do during Kwanzaa. And we partake in the changing of the season and the sun's rebirth to rest, replenish, and rejuice our purpose, our mission, and our vision. For we all have one. To hold dear the victory of light over dark, as what happens during the winter solstice. We do so with joyous intent, loving kindness, respect, and knowing who we are within this oneness we call life. Whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, Dongji, Saturnalia, Saint Lucia's Day, Yalda, Soyal, or the winter solstice, all of them, or any of them. Celebrate this season with a communion with that divine that is within you, the communion with your greatness. Because that's what we've been talking about all year, communing with our greatness. That doesn't make you better than anyone else. It makes you the greatest you. The greatest you. And the greatest you inspires the greatest of everyone else as well. Some people need some extra inspiration, some extra motivation, and you being your greatest does that. You being your greatest, humble, respectful, kind, loving, peaceful, calm, graceful, inspires everyone else who needs to be inspired, who needs to be reminded of their greatness. This week's Affirmative Incantation talks about igniting, illuminating, shining, spotlighting, turning on, and thus catching fire to our best selves as divine spiritual beings living a human life. So no matter if it is with candles or bulbs or just your imagination, my friends, my blessed friends, light them up. Thank you so much. Namaste. We're not just on Facebook or YouTube, but we are in many, many wonderful places in social media. Here's where. Watch this. It's not too late to get the book, The Affirmation Revolution, which is full of essays and wonderful affirmative incantations for you to work on this coming year. You can start in January or you can start in any other month. It matters not. Find the theme that's really working for you that you really have decided you need to work on, that you want to work on, and work on that. You don't have to follow January and February and March and all that kind of stuff. And there's lots of room to write in the margins. I love writing in the margins in the books I play with, and I encourage you to do so. It's not too late, most of the places in the world, to get this in time for the holidays, either by softbound or on your Kindle or Fire or whichever you read your stuff on, that mechanical, wonderful device. I love those. And this is where you can get it. Wow. What a great morning or afternoon, if it's afternoon for you. Really enjoyed having you all with us. I want to thank the Reverends Barbara and Gary Altman for joining us again this week. I love having them. I am so fortunate to have them as a part of our community, a part of our board. And of course, Steve Apperson and Caressa McElhaney, also so fortunate to have their fantastic talents and love for this teaching and for this center and for this broadcast to join us this week. And of course, Steve's with us every week because he's the producer and director of our broadcast. And just so thankful, so appreciative of these shining lights. And of course, PJ, my partner, who supports me and inspires me and is always just right around here, watching and listening. I love you, babe. And thank you. Thank you for a great year. We've had a great year looking into new tools, old tools, reminding ourselves, awakening ourselves to our greatest selves. I may pop in here and there over the next couple weeks, but we won't have a dedicated broadcast. And next year, we're going to change things around. So look forward to something new, something different, a different kind of broadcast, a different kind of service, although I don't use that term very often. But we're going to mix things up in 2023, just like I trust you are in your lives. Going to mix things up, bring some more joy, happiness, success into your lives. I also want to also thank Joshua Manley, my good friend Josh, who wrote the song Radiate that we start the countdown of the broadcast every week. I love that song. He is so generous to allow us to use that song. And it reminds me, as we step into the broadcast every week last year, to radiate what I know, to radiate my love of this teaching, to radiate the blessings that all of you bring to the consciousness of this teaching, this world, this center. So let us end with a spiritual mind treatment. Oh, I want to but tell you about the song we're ending our broadcast with. Some of you may or may not know the works, the humor, the wonderfulness of Tom Lehrer. He wrote a song, which I'll let you figure out what that song is, because they talk about it and singing it. But it's Jack and Benny Lipson and the Gelt Girls singing one of Tom Lehrer's great songs, and that's how we'll end the broadcast. But before that, let us take a moment and close your eyes if it's comfortable for you, and let's take a deep breath together, slow through your nose. Here we go. And hold it in, hold that wonderfulness in. Bring out your chest, allow your lungs to be filled, and let it out through your mouth. Let's do that a couple of more times. Breathe in And hold it. Let that oxygen fill you and let it out. One more time. Let it in. Breathe. Hold it in, knowing God is, the power and presence, the Big Bang, fill, whatever you want to call it, that divine intelligence and love is within you, and let it out. Knowing I am that power and presence. I am that divine intelligence and love right here, right now. Knowing that there is that one mind, that one singularity, that one intelligence and love and energy that created all. It's just one big, beautiful power. And each and every one of us individualizes this power. We are gods of our lives. And as we accept this, here and now, we know and declare that every thought, every action, every heartbeat, every breath, every muscle and sinew that is moved, every synapse that is fired in our lives is through this divine intelligence and love. And as we celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, the reminders of this beautiful holiday season, we are reminding ourselves of this divine love and intelligence, reminding ourselves to be inspired and intuited through that, to only allow illumination that comes from divine source, and to be, live, think, love, walk as that divine source incarnate. Celebrate that. Be that. Live that. That is what we're doing. And so I release my word. I release this year of 2022, communing with our greatness in appreciation and gratitude and thanksgiving, knowing that as I have declared it, so it is in each and every one of our lives. And so I release my word into the law that says yes, a universe that always says yes, always waiting for the declaration. Here it is, and now it receives it, and it says yes. Here comes that wonderfulness. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Have a most beautiful holiday, loving, peaceful, graceful, succulent season, my friends. We will see you soon. I am so blessed by you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Peace in your mind, peace in your heart, peace in your body, and peace in our world. Namaste.
I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, lighting candles, wearing sandals by the sea. I spend Shavuos in East St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me. Those eastern winters I can't endure 'em, so every year I pack my gear and come out here for Purim, Rosh Hashanah. I spend in Arizona and Yom Kippur way down in Mississippi. But come December, there's just one place for me. In the California flora, I'll be lighting my menorah like a baby in a cradle. I'll be playing with my dreidel, Mr. Judah Maccabeus. Boy, if he could only see us spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica by the sea. I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, lighting candles, wearing sandals by the sea. I spend Shavuos in St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me. Those eastern winters, I can't endure 'em, so every year I pack my gear and come out here for Purim, Rosh Hashanah.